Well, hello, Mr. Everett. I'm so excited to be talking with you today and doing a spotlight on you and your business. And I looked back into our platform and I saw that you've been a client since July of 2022. So,
Coming on 3 years now, then.
yeah,
That's
it's
fantastic.
hard to believe all the things that have happened in these few years. So why don't we start out by you telling us who is Everett O'Keefe and what is Ignite Press and how are you an expert?
Yeah, thanks. So my name's Everett O'Keefe, and I'm a six-time international best-selling author. I'm the founder of Ignite Press, and we are a hybrid publishing company. We specialize in helping business executives, speakers, coaches, consultants become Amazon best-selling authors. And we help people to get their message out into the workplace and to help people leverage that so that they can leverage the incredible power of authorship. So that's what we do, and we love doing it.
Yeah. What kind of authors do you work with? What kind
So
of,
from like one of our clients is the CEO of a, you know, probably Fortune 50 company, all the way down to the solopreneur. We work with a lot of people that are speakers and who either have an established speaking brand or want to develop and build their business through speaking. Of course, we have a lot of clients that are doctors, and then also we have a fair number of authors really in the faith space. Either they are pastors of churches or they are executive directors of faith-based nonprofits. And so while we're not a Christian publishing company, we do publish a significant number of Christian books in addition to the business books, leadership, and various other nonfiction topics.
so really you're helping them become an authority expert in their area.
Absolutely. That is really our main goal. It isn't to help people make a ton of money selling books, through royalties, because that's a real crapshoot. It is helping them develop expert status so that they stand, so there really is no competition.
Yeah.
And so they can experience a million benefits that come from authorship.
And really it almost becomes another marketing tool.
It's their best marketing
Yeah.
tool. It's the best marketing tool I think that can ever be invented. In fact, we talk about how in marketing there's really no such thing as a silver bullet, right? Because that which is a silver bullet for one use or one market or target is not a silver bullet for another. But a book is the closest thing you'll ever come to that because it is incredibly effective. It is more durable than any other tool you'll ever create, right? Think about what marketing tool you might create today that will outlive you,
Oh,
let
yeah.
alone outlive the next 6 months,
Yeah.
right?
And as we get older, we tend to think about that legacy part.
There is that, there is that too. But I call it a silver bullet because it can attract new clients. It can help you sort through the chaff, of people who aren't going to be good clients. You can attract and repel with a book. You can train people to be better clients through your book, which I
Hmm.
never hear anyone talk about.
No.
You gain access to a higher level of clientele. You will close clients faster. It helps you raise fees. It helps you. It just goes on and on.
That's one of the things that I think I should actually look into this, but I always say that we've got 75 to 8% of our clients are published authors. And the money, the income doesn't necessarily come from the books. It comes from the upsells. It comes from the relationships and all the future things that come from it. It is a really an inexpensive lead gen tool.
Yeah, it's
Consistent.
it is, and a conversion tool, and
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
and an every other thing tool. It is, you know, you our clients recognize that They don't want to get their ROI back 1 or 2 digits at a time through royalties from a book. They would rather get their ROI back 4 or 5 digits at a time through
Yeah.
new clients and new
Yeah.
speaking opportunities and increased fees. And you'll get your ROI in many multiples that way.
Yeah.
Whereas on royalties, you may never, you,
Yeah.
you, you may never. But that's not the long play on the book.
Yeah. The key is to look at the book as a tool, as part of your toolkit,
Hmm.
not the be
Often
all
the
and end all.
best part of the toolkit. Well, the best part, except your CRM system in cultivating sales. Those two
Yeah.
together, and a mastermind group. There you go. Those are
Yeah.
your three. That's the trifecta right there,
Well,
right?
and I'm going to add another one that our software still needs some work to do, and I've been talking to him about it because I would really like to see the newsletter piece become much more powerful. That can also be an income source done correctly. Yeah. And we've
Yeah,
got a little work to do on that, but to be able to turn that into an income source, we just want to look at all the different ways we can look at the income sources. So what do
absolutely.
your clients usually ask you? Like, what are the top questions you get when somebody's thinking about writing a book?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it depends on what stage they're at. For some, it's how do I write a book,
Yeah.
or what should I write a book about?
Yeah.
Right? Those would be really common questions. Of course, sometimes people will express, am I really an expert? And therefore will people want to hear from me? But most of our clients have come to us, they know they want to write a book or they've already written it. And it's more like, how do I publish it? How do I get it out there? Because all the rest of this is mysterious and unknown to them.
Yeah.
They're experts in what they do, but they're not experts in what I do. So they need help. And they don't, and
Yeah.
they, and the smart ones don't want to devote their precious time to try to figure it out and stumble through it. They recognize that there's times when you hire experts to do things, and it's got, maybe it was you or maybe it was Melanie who had said, yeah, there's certain things you'll DIY, but don't DIY plumbing. Like, don't
My husband
DIY
gets
plumbing.
drywall. He can do anything, but I'm like, no, we're paying the drywall guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of those things that you may not want to DIY because
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of self-publishing. That's how I started. I don't discourage people from going that way if they really want to,
Yeah.
because you get control, you own everything, but you also have to do everything. And if you fail on any one thing, then the whole experience can be a disappointment. And that's not what you want when you're trying to publish a professional book to move your clients and prospects and things like that closer to you.
And it's like anything, it's work. And without somebody almost as an accountability partner, how do you get it done?
Yeah.
Because trust me, I've been trying. And I have abandoned that so many times because there's always something else to work on. And it is work, and you have to stay motivated and you have to stay on it. And that helpful person can make the difference.
We have had clients hire us a year or more before they were truly ready for us, just to plant the flag, just to go, okay, there we go. We're doing
Okay.
it. I'm committed now, no turning back,
Yeah.
so yeah,
It's
it's pretty
funny. I have
cool.
a client, well, a future client. She contacted me this week and said, I know I'm going with you, but at this point I'm working on the budget. So let's talk through if I want you to build everything, let's look at what it would cost so that I can get the money to go and get it done because I don't want to do it. And that's the same kind of thing. You sometimes have to prepare in advance so that you get the help that you need, knowing you're going to need it. I had
Yeah.
somebody contact me about getting on podcasts, and he proceeded to show me all the software, and I went, "Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do any more work. I want somebody to book me for those podcasts. I'm not taking on another." There's a certain point where, again, you go, "No,
I'm
not
gonna hire
DIY it."
someone to do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I could. I could work out a podcast tour on my own, but I hired someone to do it
Yeah.
instead because,
Yeah.
there's a time. One of our selling points, I think, is that we're allowing people to stay within their own area of giftedness.
Okay.
They, in the time that they can spend that they know is most profitable or enjoyable to
Yeah.
them, instead of having to figure out publishing,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Now, by the way, you said something and it's worth discussing. You said you had a client say, I'm going with you. I'm definitely going with you. I'm just not ready yet. I need to get these things together. What that speaks to, Melissa, and it doesn't surprise me at all, is the warmth and sincerity of you and your discovery process.
Oh, thank you.
You are so warm and sincere in your process in which you are meeting with prospective clients and holding a discovery meeting, that they probably, before they even get to the end of the call, are like, okay, I know I want to go with this person. I don't know what it costs yet.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure yet what they're going to do for me, but I know I want to work with her. And compliment, that's a huge
Thank you.
compliment to you when you have a prospective client who is maybe a year down the road, but
Yeah.
says, no, you're the one. Like, I'm so convinced. When we started with your tool, okay, I was so blown away by all the possibilities. I was like, this is crazy. This is amazing. Okay, I need this. But of course, I was also overwhelmed by the possibilities. And you coached me to do just one thing, and it was like, pick one thing and do it. So whether that's using it for emails, for
Yeah.
your, use it instead of Mailchimp or something like that. Well, and for me, I decided, no, I think I'm gonna like do a build out on our website. I was long overdue. And then when I discovered that you had a way to import ClickFunnels web pages, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, that's crazy. So that's where I started, was
Yeah.
I'm going to do the website first because I can kind of live independent of other tools
Yeah.
in many ways. So I just started there. But I helped create, but your tool helped me create a system. We didn't have a highly polished communication system with our clients before, but when we saw what we could do with workflows,
Yeah.
it suddenly became, hey, what if? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
when they sign this document, we can send them this. And then 5 days later, we can send them this other resource and we can do this. And oh my goodness, we've had so many moments like that it's been crazy and they keep coming.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's been terrific.
What would you say? Well, you kind of just gave me that, but how would you, how have you changed how you communicate with your audience now?
Million% is how we've changed. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so we have automated significant portions of our process, and in automating made them much, much better because we made our communication more thorough. So we've employed sign-offs before as people reach different milestones in their
Yeah.
process. Like when editing is done, I want them to sign a document that
Yeah.
says editing is done. We're not going back there, kind of a deal. And now to make that happen, instead of me going into Better Proposals, which is a tool I love, and creating a sign-off just for that client
Yeah.
and sending it to that person, and then maybe the client signs it and then having to do other things after. Now, instead, I just add a tag into our account. I just say, send editing sign off. And they get sent an editing sign off automatically. The
Yeah.
system is now following up with them. It's constantly it's checking. Did they sign it? Did they sign it? Oh, okay. Send them a reminder. Did
It
they sign it?
nags
Oh,
them for
send them a
you. You
reminder.
don't have to
Exactly.
nag them.
I have a professional automated nagging robot. And and then when they do sign it, it lets us know, hey, they signed it. And then it sends them materials for the next step. So all of that happens literally. Now, of course, we had to make the workflow, but now that takes 5 seconds for us
Yeah.
to add the tag, and it does hours of work. And and our clients, I've had our clients just tell us that, wow, your communication is spot on. Like they accuse me of being organized, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not an organized person. And they accuse me, they go, wow, you are the most organized person I've met. And I'm like, well, you need to talk to my wife, you know? So, so it has allowed us to be a ton more thorough. It has allowed us to be a ton more consistent. Fewer things fall through the cracks, and it makes us look great.
So often when people write books, they think they're going to get help with the marketing, or they don't
Mhm.
always
Right.
know that you have to do the marketing. I mean,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. So the deal is, and maybe we'll finish on this one, but people go to traditional publishing really looking for marketing.
yeah,
They go there because they envision that there's going to be a media tour and book signings, and I'm going to be on Oprah and all of that stuff. They get there and then they're incredibly disappointed because they don't. There was a lawsuit last year, I think, against Penguin or some division of Penguin, where and in the trial it came out that Penguin was spending 2% of their budget on marketing books. And as you can imagine, that 2% is getting all devoted to their heaviest hitters.
yes,
And so we get a lot of clients that go traditional and then on their next book go, screw that. I want to own my book and I want to get all my royalties and I want to get my books at cost. And so they'll come to us instead. And then the marketing, you can bolt on the marketing. Marketing and publishing are different pieces.
yes,
And we do publishing. We don't pretend we're marketing, though we will help them do the Amazon bestseller launch. And
yeah,
I know that sounds like marketing, but anyway, yeah, that's a thing,
yeah,
and people get really frustrated with traditional because of that.
yeah. Well, and more people are realizing there's ways to cut out the big guys.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
they're not going to do much of anything for you, and
no,
they're going to charge you 3 times more for your book, and you're going to get pennies, on a royalty. And like you could get $8 or $9 per book that you sell,
yeah,
or you could be in traditional publishing and be lucky to get $1. And honestly, I think that you've made my team more efficient because of all these things too. And so that means they can do more creative things
yeah,
like when we said, "Hey, what if we sent these social media badges to people?" My creative consultant has the time to do that because she's not doing the mundane stuff because the system is managing that. It allows her to just really do the creative stuff.
so yeah, it's all about how do we serve that client in the best way possible. And that's when business is fun.
Yes. Yes, it certainly.
Yeah, because then you got happy clients and everything's going well, and that's
Yes, happy clients makes us happy.